don't get it. I just don't get it. I do everything for her. Absolutely everything. I pay the bills before she can worry. I solve problems before they become an issue. I'm the rock, the safe harbor. I don't understand why she feels so suffocated. Isn't that love?
Love. Is that the label you put on her owner's manual?
Who's there? Owner's manual? What are you talking about? I'm talking about dedication, about sacrifice.
Ah, sacrifice, the currency of martyrs. Let me guess, you are the engineer of her life, the architect of her well-being, the head curator of her personal museum, where every room is a problem you've proudly solved and framed.
I take care of her. That's what people who love each other do. They protect each other from the hardships of the world. What's wrong with that? It's a virtue.
There is nothing wrong with caring. The problem lies in your definition of care. What you describe doesn't sound like a partnership. It sounds like management. You don't shield her from hardship. You shield her from life. You are not a lover. You are an obsessive gardener pruning a bonsai tree. You don't water it so it can grow free. You prune it so it fits perfectly in your little pot.
That's absurd. That's such a cynical take. I give her stability, security, a life without the bumps in the road that I had to face. I'm giving her a gift.
A gift or an anesthetic? Tell me, honestly, this generosity of yours, it gives you immense pleasure, doesn't it? The pleasure of being needed, the warm, delicious satisfaction of being the answer to every question, the solution to every puzzle, the subtle, almost godlike power of being the only one with the map. There is no will to power more exquisite than the one disguised as altruism.
Power? I don't want power over her. I want what's best for her.
Then let's have a practical test. What happens when she tries to assemble her own bookshelf, change her own tire, or solve a problem at work by herself? What happens when she refuses your omnipresent help? Do you feel proud of her autonomy, or do you feel a pang, a small, shameful irritation, the offense of becoming for a moment obsolete?
I worry she'll get hurt or do it wrong. I could do it faster and better. It's about efficiency.
And there it is, the truth behind the smokescreen. It's not about her safety, it's about your supremacy. You don't fear that she will suffer. You fear that she will suffer and then discover she can heal herself, that she'll face a dragon and win without your shield. Because the day she realizes her own wings actually work, what use will she have for your gilded cage? You didn't give her a paradise. You stole her right to the journey, to error, to the growth that only pain can teach. So, tell me, noble caregiver, when you rob someone of the chance to fight, to fall, and to become strong on their own, are you loving or taming?
Taming? What a horrible word. Cruel. You twist a pure act and turn it into a weapon. It's not taming, it's a team. We are a team, and in any functional team, people use their best skills. Mine is to plan, execute, solve. Hers is to be the inspiration, the light. She brings the beauty, I build the walls that protect that beauty.
Bravo! How poetic! The builder and the muse. A team. Fascinating. And in this team of yours, the score is always 1-0 in your favor, isn't it? She is not the light. She is the trophy you display after a match you played all by yourself. You don't see her as an equal partner, but as a pet project, a fragile, ethereal being who needs your brute strength to survive the real world. How convenient, and what an insult to her intelligence.
An insult? I revere her. Everything I do is so she can flourish.
You don't want her to flourish. You want her to flourish in your garden. There is an abysmal difference, and you ignore the most toxic ingredient in this entire recipe of yours, the debt.
Debt? She owes me nothing. I give from the heart.
The heart is the most relentless creditor. Every favor you do is not a gift, it's a brick. And with every brick you build the high, comfortable walls of her prison. Every problem you heroically solve is another link in the invisible chain you call care, a chain forged from gratitude. And the debt of gratitude, my dear fellow, is the heaviest of all, for it makes any act of independence feel like an act of betrayal.
This is insane. Are you saying she hates me? That she sees my acts of love as a prison?
Hate? No. Something much worse. She doesn't hate you. She hates herself. She hates the very weakness you so meticulously cultivate. She hates the gratitude that stops her from screaming that she's suffocating. You have put her in an impossible position where, to be free, she has to become the ungrateful one, the selfish one, the home wrecker. You wrote the script where she is necessarily the villain of her own liberation story. It's brilliant. Diabolical, I'd say.
No, that can't be. I never wanted that. I just wanted...
Let's stop talking about her for a second. This play isn't about her. It's about you. Let's be brutally honest, just the two of us. Your deepest fear isn't that she is too weak for the world. Your fear is that she is strong enough to live without you. This whole structure, all this care, it isn't a shield to protect her. It's an anchor to ensure she never sails too far away. It's an insurance policy against your ultimate dread, insignificance. The deafening silence that would fill your life if she no longer needed you to open a jar of pickles or to kill a spider. Your service is not an act of love. It is a preemptive strike against abandonment. You have built an empire of dependency and called it love. But if tomorrow, by some miracle, she learned to fly with the very wings you've so carefully clipped, who would you be? A king with no subjects? A caregiver with no one to care for? Or just an empty man in a perfectly tidy house?
Empty. Yes, that's the word. An empty man in a perfectly tidy house. I remember. A few years ago, she got a big promotion at work. The first thing I felt, the very first instinctive feeling, was fear. A cold fear. What would she do with more money? With more independence? With less time to need me? I smiled. I hugged her. I told her I was proud, but it was a lie. Every fiber of my being wanted to sabotage it, to find a flaw, to say it was too much stress for her.
The truth has a bitter taste, doesn't it? But it's incredibly nutritious. The ego is a starving child,
and you have fed it on her dependence for too long. Her strength has always been a direct threat to your identity.
So, this whole time, every gesture, every "I'll take care of it," every "leave it to me," wasn't for her, it was for me. I wasn't building a love, I was building my own importance, using her as a mirror so I could see myself reflected as a giant, a hero.
A god, even if only the god of a one-person kingdom.
This isn't love. It never was. It's the cruelest form of selfishness because it disguises itself as virtue. It's poison served in a golden goblet. I accused her of suffocating me, but the hand on her throat was my own all along.
Congratulations. To reach this conclusion requires a courage most of your kind will never possess. They'd rather die embracing the comfort of a well-told lie, convinced of their own nobility. But admitting it, my dear fellow, that is one thing. What you will do with this truth is another thing entirely. The cage door is open. The question is whether you're as afraid to leave it as she is. Before I go, I'll leave one last thing for him, and for you on the other side of the glass, to ponder while you admire your own good deeds in the mirror. I hum enigmatically as the light on the human begins to dim. I offer you a warm blanket to shield you from the cold, but my every thread is a rope that binds you to my side. I give you everything, so you may have nothing that is truly your own. What am I? A hint. It's the name you give your noblest feeling after insecurity has hijacked it.